Hey guys, and welcome back to Madden Wellness Counseling. And if you've not watched any of my videos before, my name is Amber Madden, and I'm a licensed counselor specialized in eating disorders and obesity. And I'm here today to talk to you about a common problem that I sometimes have with my clients. Let's see, let me rephrase. I don't want to say that it's a problem, but it's a mistake that I see them doing sometimes that I think hinders their progress in meeting their goals. And what that is it has a lot to do with just willingness to change. So anytime that I have a new client or I meet a new client that wants to come in for a counseling session to work on a health related goal or to work on trying to figure out why they're not meeting their goals, that type of thing, then one of my first tasks is to assess whether or not and what their willingness is for change. And so if you've tried to make any changes in your lifestyle, whether or not it's for your health, for your weight, for your activity level, for maybe other things in your life, a job, pursuing an educational degree, something like that, some type of big shift that you're going to have to make some changes in your life, then you probably know change is not easy. You know, this is something widely known, widely accepted, that change is going to be difficult. And so I think a lot of times whenever we talk about motivation and what people's level of motivation is whenever they start working on a change, you know, they've already amped themselves up quite a bit. They've done some research, they have kind of gotten it into their mind and imagined what it's going to be like once they make the change, so they're excited about it. So a lot of times their change or their motivation level starts out way up high. You know, they start out way at the top and they're ready, they're amped up, they can't wait to go, get ready to go. And then what happens is typically after we actually start working on making some of the changes and people start to realize that it's not as easy as they thought it was going to be, that there's going to be some trial and error involved, that there's going to be some ups and downs, that sometimes life's going to get in the way and it's going to really kind of slow you down from your progress a little bit. Those are the times that people tend to think that, you know, that the changes is just getting too difficult and they want to throw in the towel and give up. And so one thing too that with my clients that I see is that once we start working on some goals that we've set for them, then you know that's kind of where my job comes in as the counselor. My job is to figure out what areas in your life that we can make changes to kind of help you decide what level of change is going to be obtainable for you so that we can set realistic goals and goals that you're actually going to want to work on, and it's not going to be so high that it's going to be unreachable and then you're going to get frustrated and give up. And so then my job is to kind of measure and to help you stay on track with those goals. So unfortunately, I can't do the work for you. You know, this is just kind of like, it makes me think about whenever I was in college. You know, we sign up for the college degree, I pay for the college classes, I go to college, but if I go there and I sit in the class every single day and I don't actually take in or absorb what it is that the instructor is telling me, then I'm not actually learning anything. And so if I don't apply those concepts, or if I don't go back and do my homework, I don't study, well, guess what? I'm probably not going to do very well in the class. You know, I'm not going to actually learn what it is that I came there to learn in the first place. And so the instructor can teach all day long. I can go to the class all day long, but until I actually start incorporating those things into my life, then I'm not going to see any changes anyway. I'm not going to learn anything. I'm not going to see the changes that I want to make. It's the same concept here. And so what I tell my clients is first is know where your willingness is to change. You know, be ready that change is going to be hard and accept that. Accept the fact that it's going to be uncomfortable. Because I tell clients all the time, if you're comfortable in the changes that you're making, then you're probably not changing very much. And you're probably not going to see a lot of progress. You have to get uncomfortable to change. Because being comfortable during a change process also means that you're not changing anything really. You're not making a lot of drastic changes, or you're not making any types of changes that are going to show any results. And so you have to be uncomfortable, and you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, as odd as that sounds. The next thing I tell them is to have some patience. You know, it takes time to see change. You know, you didn't get where you are overnight. It probably took several months, maybe even years, to get to the status that you're at now that you're wanting to make this change in the first place. So it's going to take a long time to see progress in the other way too. You have to be consistent with it. And so again, this is what my job is. My job is to help you be consistent. My job is to stay there and to help you, motivate you, encourage you to talk with you and figure out exactly what went wrong. So let's say a client comes in one week and they say they had a bad week. You know, that's pretty common. You know, they'll tell me that they didn't stick to their diet plan, or they completely just derailed and all that. My job is to be not judgmental of that, you know, and I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be judgmental, because guess what? That's where the learning comes in. When we start looking at those pitfalls and where things went wrong, so we can figure out how to prevent that, or how to get back on track a little bit quicker next time. That's how we really learn how to make the changes. So that's where the change progress is taking place in the whole grand scheme of things. And so that's what my job is, to help you with that, to build your motivation back up so you can go back out and try it again the next week. You know, because again, this is going to be a long process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, you've probably heard that before, and it's so true. It's very true. So again, this is just what I wanted to kind of talk with you about a little bit today, because I see clients coming to me with these problems a lot of times. I think that it's very common that we get frustrated. I think it's common that we sign up for something, or we say that we're going to do something and we start out with a high level of motivation, then we tend to lose that motivation as time goes on. These are the times you have to tell yourself, okay, self, I feel my motivation slipping right now. I can see that I'm not as interested, or I'm not as persistent with this as I was the week prior, or when I first started this change process. So what is it I need to do to build my level of motivation up again, so that I can stay consistent with this change I want to make? And some of that might be just being honest with the people that are trying to help you. You know, a lot of times I think clients don't want to tell on themselves to me, because they think that I'm going to be judgmental, or that they're going to get in trouble, or that, you know, I'm just going to frown upon them for making mistakes, and that is so not true. You know, that is not the point of this. If anything, I want them to tell me when they messed up, so that we can figure out what to do next time, so that they don't have to feel bad about what they've done. They don't have to completely abandon their goals because they feel like they messed up and they pretty much screwed up the whole thing in the first place, because that's not true. That is just not what we're looking for at all. So again, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you guys have enjoyed just kind of this little motivational encouragement spiel of mine. And again, if you like this type of video, or if you have any comments below, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe to the video so you can see more of these. I'm going to plan on doing much more. And if you haven't already checked out the Madden Wellness website, please do that. There's a lot of great information on there. I'm always posting a lot of free information on my Facebook page as well, and resources, things like that I like to share with you guys. So I will see you next time. Thank you.